How's it going? Thought I'd give you a rundown on the boats we've been building. Me and my father have been building one each. So the hull is a 3.6 metre LVB with the plastic bottom. I don't know if you can see it underneath here. So it's recessed, so it's smooth. Also got some strakes on the bottom. These ones are the kit with the step on the back. A very nice looking boat. Probably why we bought these ones, because of the nice shape. It doesn't look so nice with all the plastic on it. But if you go and see Mike's Facebook page, LVB Boats, Liquid Violation Boats, Mike Morrow, these are his kits, and they're real nice. So we bought the kits off him, must have been a couple of years ago, and started building these once every weekend, one day every weekend, just as a little side hobby. Never built a boat before, but we thought it would be good fun, so we bought the kit and started building. So the steering kit we got is from Rob Morley. The kit is Boxer, real good quality kit. Uses really good quality parts, all stainless. Comes with everything you need, tie wire, all the chain. I don't know if you'll be able to see it under here. Nice guided sprocket. We've run ours around the outside, around that corner, back through. We've built our own dash. You don't get this main part with Mike's kit, but you're free to design your own dash. So we built this one, and we're going to have a 10-inch tablet in there that connects via Bluetooth to our micro squirt ECU, so we can display what we want on the tablet. And we've got some warning lights, and all our buttons, missing two because China's in lockdown, so they might take a while to tune up. So these Racetech seats, brand new Racetech seats, the leather pleather version. My old man's got the suede version. Are sitting on our custom fuel tank. I believe it's 104 litres, so it should be quite enough fuel to get us the places we want to go. Fillers in the side. Mine's not bolted in yet. So filler in the side. Got vents on both sides for the vapours. So they're going to go up and out the side. Now to the power plant. So these are two Suzuki M18as. They're out of Suzuki Liana, Suzuki Eros in the early 2000s. We've mated ours with a Garrett turbo. Built custom equal length exhaust headers, and we're yet to water jacket them because it's going to be such a bit of a pain, and also a bit sacrilege, because you'll never see that again. So it comes out into the turbo, into this dump pipe we built, so it's a water jacketed dump pipe. There's our wideband sensor hole, but obviously it's not in the best of position, but we've been told it should be okay. So it comes out there, that's non-water jacketed, then starts the water jacket, goes right down, and we'll connect to the exhaust out the back there. Which is this nice big exhaust pipe with a rubber flapping to stop the water re-entering the exhaust. So after the turbo's spooled up, it's directed out the back into our water to air intercooler, and we've got a Turbo Smart compact recirculating blow-off valve that recirculates back into the intake, because we weren't too keen on whooshing up the river for stealth, just in case the old man wanted to go hunting. Comes out the intercooler into the intake. We've got AEM water methanol injection. Probably not needed, but when you're going to build something like this, you may as well go to the top right. So we've got water injection for cooling the core engine temperature down, and also lowers detonation, so we can probably run slightly higher boost. We are planning 8-9 pound boost. Goes into our custom built intake. So I designed this up on 3D CAD, and it's not just a box with 4 runners coming out. There is these velocity cones in each runner, obviously made out of aluminium. This one was our test piece, made out of plastic. Custom fuel rail and upgraded injectors, which are yet to be installed. More air, more fuel. Also built custom header tank here. Custom header tank goes down to the stainless pipes, and that one there bridges straight across to the water pump, just to circulate to open the thermostat. So then it will comes down the back, follows through. So this other pipe is from the water pump up here. Here's the water pump, pipe off it into the stainless. Out here where it connects onto our heat exchanger that we built from copper. So then that goes all the way through up to the front. Should be plenty of cooling. We plan to get maybe 250 horsepower max. Maybe that's aiming a bit high, but we'll see what we can do. We've got a Ditchworks 250 litre fuel pump. Not too sure it will work where it is situated, but we'll soon find out. Ditchworks fuel regulator down there. So that's the fuel system coming off the back with a pre-filter into the pump, into a water filter separator, through the rail, back to the regulator, and then the return line follows the side of the boat and drops back in the tank. Tanks are yet to be carpeted. I'm going to carpet my tank. So the water pump we're using, jet unit, is a brand new Scott Waterjet 612. We've just put our own fitting on it so we can dart straight into the back of the hull for our water. And I think the old man's got his on there. There you go. So the top one is water in and the bottom is wheel out. We modified our sumps, so we've got an AN fitting welded on, and there's a tap on the inside. Let's see if I can see it on this side. No, not really. There's a tap on the inside, so we can just drain our oil by opening the lever and draining it out the back. We also had to modify our sump and cut it so we can fit the engine in low enough to mate with the jet unit. And there's also a drain bung here for the turbo return welded in. So the water comes in from our jet unit into these custom homemade sand traps with a push button opening valve, so we can just sit at the front, push a button and empty the sand trap. Comes up, goes into our finer mesh filter into the distribution. So one line goes out around the back into the water to air intercooler, comes out, comes back up, comes back into here, which then fills the water jacket for this dump pipe, then comes back out here with the tap on it so we can regulate the speed of the water, then comes back through, then dumps out the exhaust. Another one of these is used for the heat exchanger, so it comes straight out of the straight out there, round into the heat exchanger, then the other side will come out. That's the line that's lying here at the moment. I haven't attached it, so it comes back up, then it will attach to this ball valve here where we can restrict the flow to get optimal cooling, and then the telltale is out the back. Those are also a bilge pump on each side. So we also made our own adapters for the engine flex plate to the Scott unit with the short drive shaft from BD's drive shaft. Two bilge pumps, one automatic and one manual hiding in the back there. It's all very spaghetti junction. So things we're yet to do is obviously build an engine cover, and we're going to put seats on either side, one here, one over there, hopefully, if all going to plan. It might be a little bit squishy, but it does look like there's quite a lot of room there. Still got to put the floor in, and then the next big mission is wiring it all up. And with all this extra stuff like the water injection, water methanol injection, we've got the hydraulic pump for our Scott jet unit, all the bilge pumps. This is the joystick that operates the hydraulics for the jet unit, so it's a four-way joystick, so we'll go up and down for trim, forward, bucket up, bucket down. Got to have a radio. This is the steering wheel that's included with the boxer kit, and then we put a hand throttle on. It's been a lot of work to get it this far, a couple of years in fact. Mike's probably wondering why we aren't on the water already, but it'll be good to show him the finished product. It'll be good to get this plastic off actually, get into the river, see what these things can do. We're yet to sort out our location for our wastegate actuators, so we've got to do all our vacuum plumbing. It's quite a few of those, five oil feed for the turbos come off the pressure sender. This does have VVTi, but we're not going to be using it, as we've been instructed that it's not really too much of a gain when you're using turbo. So we're going to use the controller that would control the VVTi to control the boost with a boost controller. There's a look at the tank without the seats. Some old man's got the suede seats that he got a good price for. So the engine mounts we also made ourselves. They're quite stout. The front one on this side incorporates the alternator. Most of them you see, they put an engine mount here and then they bring one off the middle of the block to the front, where we thought, nah, we'll incorporate the alternator and make our own mount. So that's worked out well. We've drawn those up on CAD so we can recreate them. So there's all four of them are different. We drew the exhaust headers on CAD so we can recreate those. We can recreate the feet, the foot mounts. We can recreate the dump pipe, that's also drawn on CAD. We can recreate that header tank, that's on CAD. That's on CAD. So maybe if we build another one, it won't take 2 years. We'll be done 6 months hopefully. So I welded these boats up with a mixture of TIG, MIG with a spool gun, and in the end we bought a pulse MIG. And if you're going to do it, I suggest you do get a pulse MIG. Spool guns are rubbish, absolute rubbish. So most of our welding in the early stages changed from spool to TIG until we bought the new MIG welder, which takes a bit to get used to, but once you're good at welding with it, it's a breeze. Those are some of the early stage welds, not too bad. So yeah, should be a good little ripper. Hopefully the durability is what it's meant to be. And we'll see you out on the water. Also, if anyone's interested in me uploading a slideshow of all the progress of building individual parts, or building the hull, building the tanks, etc., let me know and I'll create one and chuck it up. Also, the old man has a time lapse of us building the hulls, so hopefully one day I'll get that put together and uploaded also. Catch ya.